Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Amna's English Zone, my YouTube channel. Here on this channel you can find easy English grammar lessons. Please subscribe my channel and must like my video. In this video you are going to learn about phrase, clause and sentence. So watch this video completely if you want to learn them in simple and easy way. The first one is phrase. A group of words that don't have subject-verb combination and meaningful sense is called phrase. A phrase is actually just the part of a sentence. It don't give a complete meaningful sense. It is mostly used to provide extra information about the subject or the object of the sentence. Here are some examples. Let's see. Examples. She is going to the market. Here in this sentence, to the market is an example of phrase. The teacher spoke very quickly. Here in this sentence, very quickly is the example of phrase. The beautifully decorated room was stunning. Here in this sentence, the beautifully decorated room is an example of phrase. Types of phrase. Phrase can be divided into the following types. 5 types: noun phrase, verb phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase, and prepositional phrase. Let's learn them. Noun phrase. A noun phrase is a group of words that have noun or pronoun. Here are its examples. A busy day at office can be stressful. A busy day at office is a phrase and this is a noun phrase. The farmer is growing the crops. In this sentence, there can be two phrases, the farmer and the crops, and both are noun phrase. My best friend invited me at dinner. Here in this sentence, my best friend is an example of noun phrase. The next is verb phrase. A verb phrase is consist of main verb, auxiliary verb, or modal verbs. It provides additional information about the action or step. Here are some of its examples. Let's see. She will have finished her work. In this sentence, will have finished. This is a verb phrase. It is consist of auxiliary verb will have and main verb finished. You should have listened my advice. Here in this sentence, should have listened is a verb phrase. Should have is an example of modal verb while listen is main verb. I will be attending the meeting tomorrow. Here in this sentence, will be attending is the example of verb phrase. Will be is considered as an auxiliary verb while attending is main verb. Adjective phrase. The phrase that functions as an adjective modifying a noun or pronoun is called adjective phrase. Here are its examples. The test was surprisingly easy. Here in this sentence, surprisingly easy indicates adjective phrase. This is adjective phrase. The elegant silver watch gleamed in the sunlight. Here in this sentence, the elegant silver is the example of adjective phrase. I want to wear the sweater with thin strips. Here in this sentence, the sweater with thin strips is the example of adjective phrase. The next one is adverb phrase. An adverb phrase is consist of adverbs or other modifiers. It provides more information about the manner, time, place, degree, and frequency of an action. Here are some examples of adverb phrase. The children shouted very loudly. Here in this sentence, very loudly is an adverb phrase. It is adverb of manner. Hardly represent adverb of manner. He played the piano extremely well. Here in this sentence, extremely well is an example of adverb phrase. The new machine operates highly efficiently. Here in this sentence, highly efficiently is the example of adverb phrase. The next is prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase starts with a preposition and ends with a noun or a pronoun. Here are its examples. The train was arriving from Karachi. Here in this sentence, from Karachi is an example of prepositional phrase. He drove the car through the tunnel. Through the tunnel is an example of prepositional phrase. It starts with the preposition through and ends on tunnel, that is an object of the sentence. Please put the books on the table. Here in this sentence, on the table is prepositional phrase. On is preposition, while the table is the object of the sentence. The next is clause. A clause is a smaller unit of sentence. It is a group of words having subject verb combination. Remember this. Phrase is just a part of a sentence that don't have any subject verb combination and don't give complete meaningful sense. But the clause sometimes give a complete meaningful sense and sometimes it don't give, but it depends on the type of clause, whether it's dependent or independent clause. If it is dependent clause, it don't give a complete meaningful sense, or if it is independent clause, it would give a complete meaningful sense like a sentence. Clause can be divided into many types, but here are two main types of clause: dependent clause, independent clause. Dependent clause. Dependent clause, also known as subordinate clause. A dependent clause is a group of words that have a subject and verb but cannot stand alone as a sentence. The clause that cannot give a complete meaningful sense is a dependent clause and also known as subordinate clause. Here are some its examples. Let's see. Unless you try harder. This is a dependent clause. It don't give a complete meaningful sense. Although it was raining. This is also a dependent clause. Because I forgot my keys. If the interview goes well. These are all the example of dependent clause and they cannot give us complete meaning or complete sense. Here is independent clause. An independent clause is a group of words that contains a subject and predicate and expresses a complete thought or idea. It can stand alone as a complete sentence. Simply independent clause can give us a complete or meaningful sense. Independent clause can be used to form simple, compound or complex sentences. Here are some examples. Let's see. I went to the market. This is an independent clause and it gives us a complete meaning or complete sense. The dog is barking loudly. This is also an independent clause. The students are working on their project. She went to the store and she bought some milk. Here are two independent clauses. They make a compound sentence here. She is studying for her exam, but she is feeling nervous. In this sentence, here are also two independent clauses that make a sentence, and they are joined by a conjunction, but they make here a compound sentence. The next is sentence. A sentence is a group of words that gives complete sense, idea, or statement. It is consists of clauses and phrases. Here are some examples. Sentences also have many types like declarative, negative, interrogative, exclamatory, imperative, but I have already made a video about them. You can search them on my channel and find a detailed video about them. Here are its examples. They are going to the beach tomorrow and they will be come back on Sunday. Are you going? This sentence tells us a statement about some people who are going on beach. Are you going to the party tonight? This is an interrogative sentence. What a wonderful view this is. This is the example of exclamatory sentence. My mother cooks delicious food. This is just a statement and it's a declarative sentence. I hope you like my lesson and find it easy. Please subscribe my channel. Must like my video.